Hey everyone, I'm Lori Harder, and this is your spot to reconnect to your soul and get the tips and inspiration you need to fall in love with your life. So I want to ask you a question, and that is, what is stopping you from achieving all of your goals? I know that we just had the flip of the calendar. It's a new year. It's so exciting. Maybe we have all of these New Year resolutions. You have your vision board. You have everything up. But maybe there's something that keeps on happening over and over. Maybe it's self-sabotaging. Maybe it's you find that you're just beating yourself up. Maybe it's all or nothing. Maybe it's restricting. I know for me, and I'm just going to talk specifically around actually, this still happens to me all the time, just body goals. Maybe you want to be more fit. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to put on muscle. Maybe you just want to love yourself more. Maybe you want to look in the mirror and just be happy with your body no matter what state it's in. And what ends up happening a lot is we end up having really self-sabotaging thoughts around our body or our diet, or maybe we do this all or nothing thing, this really, if I'm not going hard, then it's not working. We have this idea that pain or being uncomfortable is the only way to get to our goals. And honestly, I have found completely the opposite to be true. So what ends up happening is we need to figure out a way to make our goals something that is sustainable. And the only way to do that is to actually turn it into a journey. So without looking at it as, this is what I have to do to get to this goal by this end date. It's like, what is one small thing I could do that would change my life down the road? Or that would make me proud and make me feel better? Or how can I fall in love with the rituals that are changing my life? So for me, I had to actually start falling in love with movement because I used to view movement or exercising as something I just had to get done, and I hated it. So I hated to lift weights. I hated to go into the gym. I just felt like it was pulling teeth, literally. I would be a total crab. You can ask my husband. Super crabby on the way to the gym. I would say, just don't talk to me. I just need to work out. Once I work out, I'm going to feel so much better. So that's not really sustainable. I started to find that I just started hating what I was doing. And I started dabbling in a lot of different things. So what I did to change that mentality is I said, what is something that I would look forward to doing? So I started looking into different classes. I started looking at yoga. I started looking at cycling. I started doing hiking, maybe surfing. It was like, what was my heart telling me to do for movement for my body? So if you just follow that, you start following maybe what would you love that day? If you don't want to go to the gym, but you have another form of movement you want to do, or go for a long walk, or maybe a long run or a long bike ride, just do that. Start following that so that you can start understanding what it feels like to fall in love with movement. And you'll start to crave that. So falling in love with the rituals around it. So another one. Food. I used to think that if I wasn't feeling hungry or restricted or on some very bland diet that was just strictly health food, plain chicken, plain broccoli, nuts, just blah, just stuff I can't even think about eating anymore because I did it for so long, that I wasn't making progress. So it was like all or nothing. So what do you think I was doing if I had that mentality when I wasn't eating that bland food? I was totally going crazy, eating all of the stuff that I was thinking about for long periods of time, dreaming about flourless cake and anything that crunched, crackers. Seriously, I would go bonkers. So what I had to end up doing was really looking at foods that I enjoyed that were healthy. So how can I start eating healthier things that are more energy for my body, healthier but maybe not bland? How can I start playing in that area? And what I also made the realization of was, because I'm eating so healthy on one end of the spectrum, and I'm eating so bad on the other end of the spectrum, what if I just met in the middle? What if I started eating things that I enjoyed every day, eating mostly healthy, but then letting myself maybe indulge just a little bit every single day so I never felt restricted? Would my end result be the same? And I started playing with that. And come to find out, my end result was better. Because after I started letting it go and forgiving myself and saying, no, it doesn't have to be hard. No, it doesn't have to be painful. No, it doesn't have to be boring. It really can look neutral like this, because then you're not swinging that pendulum from one end to the other, back and forth and up and down. You're in the middle. But there's going to take a lot of self-forgiveness to stay in the middle. You're gonna wanna swing to the other end. You're gonna wanna tighten up because it's not going fast enough. And then when you do it, you're gonna swing all the way to the other end and go crazy. So what's gonna happen is you just have to keep saying, no, this is how it's going to look. I'm gonna fall in love with this food. I'm going to allow myself a little bit here, and I'm gonna eat healthy here, whatever that is. But it took a lot of self-forgiveness for me. So what I wanna remind you is to forgive and love yourself into your goals. And remember that if you are feeling extreme in any area, whether it's working out, whether it's going hard meditating, whether it's whatever that looks like to you, maybe you committed to reading and you feel that you need to read an hour every single day. If you are feeling that that is too hard and not sustainable, ease up a little bit. Ask yourself where the middle ground is and see if you can just do that and start falling in love with the rituals around your new habits. And like I always say, I think 1 to 3 things to focus on, no more than 3, you're gonna start feeling crazy. So start looking at that. I'd love to hear your comments on this. I'd love to hear if you find that you swing from one end of the pendulum to the other, and maybe what you're gonna do to try to stay in the middle. So you guys, I would love, love, love. You know that this is a busy time of year for me. It's one of the busiest. I have the Bliss Project coming up February 26th to the 28th. It's truly where I get to meet you guys face to face, and we get to talk about topics just like this and create a plan around it. You get to talk to other women who are dealing with the same thing. You really leave with a massive plan on how you're going to accomplish your goals. And not just that, you leave with a huge tribe that you get to talk to. I know that so many women who go to the Bliss Project not only create lifelong friends, but a lot of them create businesses. They change their life, get to their goals. Just massive things are happening from the Bliss Project. It's a 3-day women's event. Grab your girlfriends. I'm telling you, it is a life-changing event that is going to rock your world. We not only learn so much and leap forward with our lives, but we have a freaking blast. There are so many surprises this year, and the Bliss Project just gets better and better and better and better. And I don't even want to mention the swag bags because there's so much fun stuff this year. So that is theblissproject.info. I would love to see you there. Again, theblissproject.info for all the information. Get your tickets, reserve your spot, because I know that tickets are going to move really fast after this because everybody's going to be grabbing their last minute tickets. So you guys, I'd love to meet you face to face. It's my favorite thing to do, and I hope to see you there. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Mwah. Bye-bye.